Hello and welcome to Driven by Purpose with me, Armin Jamula. Today is a special episode and a moment that I'm sharing the stage and camera space with one of my mentors in so many ways in life and in business. Namita Malhotra has been with It's Her Way for over, I think, almost a year, but it seems like much, much more than a year. Our relationship has become so much more than just a member and, just somebody who is part of It's Her Way. She's an ambassador and she gives back so much value. Her purpose is rock solid and it's infectious. So I'm really happy and I'm glad that Namita said yes to do this with me. And this is a podcast series which is so special to my heart. It talks all about purpose. And yeah, my first question naturally to you, Namita, is let's talk about your journey and your purpose.
First of all, thank you, Armin. And like you said, yes, it seems like more than a year that I've known you. And yes, I have. And you're amazing. And thank you for having me over. You asked me about my journey and my purpose. And as you mentioned, so I do have a lot of experience in teaching and school leadership management, education management. And in 2020, I decided to hang my boots, give up on that first career, which was my first love, and move on to something different. I was very unsure of what I wanted to do. A friend suggested I take up career guidance and coaching. I did training as a career coach. And as I did that, I also learned the finer nuances of how, career is just a small aspect of our life, 1/8 of it. And yet, when somebody asks you or me to introduce myself, we always happen to just become that role and say, I am this so and so. And that led me on this journey. And while I was doing that, I became even more intrigued and drawn towards life coaching, understanding that career is just a very small aspect of our life. And life is so much more. And that brought me on this journey.
Amazing. And what made you kind of niche into being a life agility coach, which is a very unique description? So just delve more into that.
Life agility, as the title itself says, right? It's all about being flexible and agile through the different phases of life that we go through. And each one of us, if we look back, life is a journey, and constantly situations, circumstances are happening where we're meant to learn certain things, while we all, not all, most of us go through the journey saying, oh, things are happening to us when we do not like the results that we have in life, and this happened and that happened. I began to understand only through my coaching journey, as it just changed my entire perspective towards shifting it and saying, I'm 100% responsible for everything, good or bad, whatever is happening in my life. And as it changed me, it also changed not only my emotional and mental health, my physical health. It had such a huge impact on my physical health that I just became passionate about helping others go through the same journey that I have been on, and understanding how everything begins here in the head.
So you've mentored numerous people in this journey, 4 years now approximately.
Yes.
I'm sure there are few common challenges that or common traits that you see in each one of them or most of them. What are they?
See, most of us as humans, we're just humans, and we go through life wanting and desiring certain things. And when we do not get the desired results, we try to seek or blame somebody for it. The circumstances were not right, time was not right. And then we go around creating different patterns and having no understanding of stepping back and zooming out from that picture and looking at it as a movie and saying, hello, what am I doing? What's the script here? Where is it leading me? Right? Whereas there always is a script. It's a soul contract that I probably made with the divine, and I'm just living, that life. It's leading me to something. So the big shift happens when we move from life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. And I think that's where most people, when they come in like, oh, this is happening to me, that is happening to me, stress is there, anxiety is there because of this, because of that. It's not because of anything, it's because it's within. It's just a stimulant outside and it's coming out. And then when we go deeper within and understand that it's all happening for me because there is something that I'm meant to learn from that situation.
This is so profound to actually be living that kind of life. And it's very, very difficult, and it's easier said than done for most people. We all go into those patterns, as you were mentioning. One such pattern would be trying to identify or trying to balance between leading a life and leading a life with purpose. Sometimes we're just, we mindlessly go into our career paths, which don't really align with our inner purpose. Sometimes we don't even know what our purpose is. So, would you say that if you have a sense of purpose, there is more clarity?
I believe, and I could be wrong or right, but that's my understanding, that purpose as a word is, huge. And people get actually trapped in, there's so much associated to it. And we get, like you said, sometimes we're not even living or doing things that we want to. It's because we are expected to, or probably we assume we are supposed to be doing those things. Yet, while purpose can mean anything, and it means different things to different people.
Sure. Yeah.
For somebody, the purpose could be just taking care of their children. And
Yeah.
my purpose could be just, making an impact into the lives of those 4 people or my extended family. While for somebody, the purpose is to impact the whole world or at least the whole city, or, and that comes from a deeper understanding of the basic human needs of every person. All of us want some significance in life. All of us want some love and connection. We all want to grow. We all want to feel certain about the things that we have in life. While what makes us different is how much of it do we need. And that essentially is more of my work, getting down, sitting with my clients to help them understand what you may need in terms of variety is different from what I may need, and how am I creating it in my life. And that is the game changer.
And that brings us to even kind of balancing that variety, change, so to speak, in your life, right? And being in this part of the world, majority of us, expats, are here because our profession in some way has brought us here. And how can an individual successfully align their professional and personal lives with that sense of purpose?
So professional and personal lives are very deeply integrated.
They are,
cannot be, looked at as 2 separate individual entities, because whatever you do professionally does impact your personal life. Whatever you do personally impacts your professional life, and that you must have seen.
Yeah.
How one can align it and is simply by being mindful. When we all came here, we came with certain intentions, and of course growth is one of them. Comfort is the other. While comfort is very loose, and one can easily then keep expanding and wanting more and more, and the chase never ends, because you spoke about the expat life and what brought us here and how we can align it. It's always important to look back from time to time, introspect and see, how is my personal life being impacted by the professional decisions that I'm taking, and how is my professional life impacting my personal life, right? Or my personal vice versa. I had a client who, the husband wants to grow, the husband wants to move, he wants, to go places, and obviously that requires time investment, that requires him to travel extensively. That means that he's taking time away from his family.
Yes.
Now, unless they sit down and talk together about it and how much of each wants to go, there will always be a discord on the other end. So that's about just being mindful and aware that whatever decision I make today is going to impact the other also.
So true. And what are if you have to say 3 bullet points, what are the 3 things that you probably help them align themselves better? In aligning themselves.
Self-awareness,
Self-awareness.
understanding of their own basic human needs, and then shifting that mindset from, this is happening to me to this is happening for me. And the most important, I always have a choice.
Oof.
Taking that responsibility, I always have a choice. It's a choice that I'm here today.
And interestingly, life agility is a concept that we're hearing more about these days. And it sounds very dynamic, it's flexible. Are we all really, really not that agile in our lives that we have to actually have it imbibed in some way? Is there a discord there? Is there a disconnect currently in people's lives that we need to be more agile or adaptable? What?
I don't think we need to do anything unless we want to. That's a big difference. There are people who are so stuck up on, how they want life to be or how they want their home to be, how would they like the stable to be. And if I were to move this book the other way, it might disturb the other person and not one of the two. So it depends on each individual. What do they really want? Nobody has to do anything unless they want to. We don't have to do anything. We didn't have to come here.
Right.
We just wanted to.
Yeah. How can agility as a mindset be cultivated for someone?
Agility as a mindset can only be cultivated through self-awareness and mindfulness. Mindfulness in everything, taking stock of your own day, looking back and asking yourself and reflecting on the moments that brought you true joy and the moments where you felt the energy was more draining when you were doing something. So if I have to simply give somebody, like the audience who's watching, if you're doing anything, just put it on your hands and say, wait, does it feel heavy or does it feel light? If it feels heavy, meaning you are somewhere not aligned to your true self and you're trying to do something because of a belief that you created, you're expected to do it or you have to do it and you probably don't want to do it. And if it feels light, it's something you want to do. And then no matter what anybody thinks about it, you just want to do it. Go ahead and do it. Follow your highest excitement.
Very interesting. Namita, the kind of clients or the kind of individuals that you've been coaching and mentoring these days, is there one common problem that you are seeing people living here have?
Stress, anxiety, fear of the unknown, of course. What if I lose? What if I have to go back? What if this happens? And we've all created this bubble around us of, how we associate materialistic things to, giving them that importance of what if I don't have all this? Will I be able to live? What if, I want to provide this, XYZ for my child, for my family? While we say it, I want to do it, step back and ask them also, do they really want it? What is it that they want? And most of us, if we go back and, a couple of times it's happened, when I ask somebody a question, what do you truly enjoy? It'll be like a walk in the sun or a walk in the park.
Something totally not material.
Totally
right?
not material. Spending time with my children.
Yeah.
Right? Just having dinner with my husband. How much does that really cost? And then we go around building, a life which we think we're supposed to have.
And it's kind of a cycle, and it's kind of a space where everyone is just running after something which they think they want to have, or they will feel happier. What do you think? How can one feel happy with what they have in their own space? Just what is the mindset shift that they need to achieve?
First of all, I'd like to clarify I'm not against any materialistic this thing. We all love it. I would love to have a few extra bags or a few more, pairs of shoes or something and be comfortable. Yes, of course. Comfort does bring us happiness, right? We all want to be comfortable. We all want to be seen a certain way. But then understand that this is what I want. This is something that I'm choosing to have. And then if I'm working towards it, I can't blame for something or a little price that I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? And having made those choices, it's just a matter of choice. So like I said, right, I always have a choice. Is something I tell my clients when they come back, no, but I had no choice. I had to do it. I said, okay, ask yourself, if you didn't do it, what would happen? Yes, when you make one choice, there'll be a certain set of results in your life. When you make another choice, there will be a certain different set of results. Which one would you prefer? It's as simple as that. If I today choose to not be here with you, not be seen, I'd be living in my own bubble and doing my own thing. If I want to be seen, I want my message to go around to more people, I'm here with you sitting. I always have a choice. Can I reach back at 4 o'clock for an appointment? No, maybe not. Maybe I'll have to reschedule. Who do I blame? No, Armin delayed this. No, it was a choice that I made, right? It was a choice to be here. So it's simple things like that. I sat there and did nothing is nothing. You still sat there and did nothing, meaning maybe you just
made a
slept,
choice.
maybe you watched Netflix, did something. You still made a choice.
And a lot of people don't have that realization in the beginning that this is your choice and you've made it, and then you're sort of complaining about it. So stop the complaining, know that it's your choice, and then move forward with it. That's very interesting. What advice would you give someone when they are just starting off on this, I would say, massive transformation in their own self? How can one cope with it? And how should one cope with it?
Be compassionate to yourself. And just as, we, and especially women, we're more compassionate to others. If my friend is going through something, I'll be like, no, don't worry, everything's going to be fine, it's okay. And I mean, this is something I'll share, a very funny incident from my own journey. And I think that'll be very relatable with people. So when I was on this journey and I was giving my exam again for ICF, and trust me, it's a tricky one. It's difficult. It's firstly a 4-hour paper. Sitting and doing that is not easy. And the examples are all case-based scenarios, and it's pretty tricky where every answer seems right? I did not clear it in the first go. I was very upset, very sad, very kind of going into that shame. Oh my God, what am I doing? I didn't clear my exam. And my daughter said this to me, Mommy, but what would you have done if I had failed an exam?
Oh, very interesting.
Right? And I would have I told her, yeah, I would have said, it's okay, you can do it the next. And she said, what about you? So be compassionate to yourself. There will be time even when you're on the journey, and there are times for me as well. I'm a human being after all. Even though I'm a coach, I may have tools. But when I am in that emotion or I'm sucked up in something, I go through the same challenges as my clients do, right? But it's again with mindfulness, you sit back and realize and be compassionate. It's about agility, is about how quickly you can bounce back. Probably before being on this journey, it would take me days to overcome a situation. Now it takes me minutes. It's okay, I realize, okay.
On that note of agility, there's a time and space required for digesting certain emotions, certain situations. How do you see your role as a life agility coach applying to your clients in the changes that we are seeing right now, economically, politically? What are the things that you foresee challenges as humans we'll face, and you want to help them with those?
So change, as we all know, is the only constant, right? Change will happen. But no matter what economic crisis or even during COVID, when all businesses were literally being shut down, there were a few people who came up with the idea of, stitching masks, doing things, and the industry again revived with people coming up with solutions, right? So it's all about finding those solutions. It's all about being agile and adapting and understanding what can I control and what do I do now, right? Stopping to introspect, okay, this has happened. I can't undo what's happened. What can I do now? And taking charge of that. That's agility. Even if I make a mistake today, that's what I do. I ask myself, okay, what can I do now?
It's interesting. So, you've been part of many communities in the UAE, and you have embarked on a journey of entrepreneurship since 4 years. What has your experience been as an entrepreneur in the UAE in your journey?
I feel UAE is one of the most beautiful places where you can be yourself. I can just be myself, do my thing, and as long as I'm following rules and regulations and I don't rub people on the wrong side, there is immense opportunity for growth. There's immense camaraderie between entrepreneurs. There is immense willingness to help and support and grow. It's all about finding the right one for yourself. And that can be sometimes challenging, and it takes a while for everybody to understand. In the beginning, I've been to so many various different networks where, okay, now I sit back and realize, like, if I even do get invited, I'm like, no, I don't want to be. Because I'm not saying they're bad or wrong or right. There is no right or wrong. Everything just is. It's about knowing what works for me and what do I want. So again, I'll go back to saying it's that self-awareness of what do I want and aligning everything else to it. How beautifully and how best can I get those people around me who are on the same wavelength, who match the same vibration, who think the same way.
And have you found those?
I found you.
Yeah, but okay, thank you for
Yeah,
that.
there are plenty.
Yes,
there are plenty. Like I said,
Yes.
it's a beautiful place. There is
Yeah.
something for everyone. And I think eventually for anybody who wants to go look out, you will find your tribe.
So you're an ambassador now with It's Her Way. And what is it that you want to achieve with that title, so to speak, and being an ambassador, and how do you relate to It's Her Way, and what's your next step with us?
I think every role comes with a responsibility. Being an ambassador, I'm humbled, and I feel grateful that you saw that I could be one. What I want to do and achieve with it is I want to spread the message of us women being, and today we are shooting in an all women's studio.
Yes.
That's the message, right? That women are capable and we are complete, we are beautiful, we can do whatever we want to, and we can achieve whatever we want to. Of course, just putting in a bit of effort in the right direction, finding your tribe and going ahead. And I want to spread the message that yes, it's possible. So come join us.
Great.
Join
Do you want to talk about your new product development that you've just recently done?
Yes, and we have it here. There's a mindful journal, and it comes in 2 colors. And I spent a lot of time over it. And it's beautiful because there is every aspect enrolled into it. There's even a body check-in where, you can actually see how, if you're conscious and you're working towards it, you can pick any goal. It could be as simple as you want to wake up early in the morning, or you want to, bring in some more self-care, self-love, or professional goals. Whatever it may be, you can track it and see how your body is responding to it. So I think that, to me, this is very precious to me, because the mind-body connection is what I want to highlight.
Amazing. And this is for 52 weeks?
This is no, this is for 6 months.
6 months. Okay, so two of these would be
Two
like
of these
a bundle
would
for the
be
week.
good for a year to go.
Good for a year. Amazing, amazing. Well, good luck with this. I'm
Thank
gonna
you
pick
so much.
myself a copy.
Thank
Pick
you.
for myself a copy. Your chats and my chats with you are always extremely memorable, and every time I sit with you, as I said in the beginning of this conversation, that I think of you as a mentor in so many
I'm
ways.
humbled.
And I
I
love
learn
it.
so much from you
Aw.
every day.
It's a nice exchange, then I should
Yes,
say.
because we're all, we want different things from life, right?
Yeah.
And we're all here to play our part. I can't be Armin. I don't want to be. I want to
Sure.
be myself. And so you're good at so many things, and that's the beauty of us understanding here at It's a Way that, there's coexistence, there's space for everybody, and we learn from one another.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for trusting It's Her Way to help you grow.
Thank you so much.